Hi, I'm Susan Peterson, and you are listening to Started from the Bottom, an entrepreneur-focused podcast on getting started. Here you will find all the mindset tools and resources you need to just get started. And we're live. Hey, Kim.
Hey, how are you?
Good. Happy Monday. How are you?
I'm so good.
Back from Japan.
I'm back from Japan.
You came home early just for this podcast.
Yeah, this one. I was actually not supposed to be home until this afternoon.
So
I'm here.
You look at you.
Yeah.
And I guess your kids' dance competition.
Yeah, I mean, comes second.
Secondary.
Yes, of course.
How was Japan?
Japan was so fun. And I feel like, I feel like I would go back tomorrow. But one of the reasons I feel like it is that Japan has everything you want in a vacation.
Tell me more.
It's got a busy city. It's got relaxation. They prioritize that. Our hotel had this amazing, it's called an onsen, which is like a thermal bath. So basically just like a spa hot springs situation downstairs. And it just seemed like they wanted you to enjoy every part. Like everything is nothing felt rushed. Nothing felt crazy. It's so clean. It feels safe. There was one moment when I was kind of freaking out. Like we were at a restaurant, just kind of like a fast casual. And all the Japanese people were putting their things down at a table and then going over and ordering bags, wallets, phones, just sitting there. And it felt so weird to me that they were not worried about one single thing getting stolen, but they weren't. I never, I had my phone in my pocket. I was never afraid of pickpocketers.
Yeah.
I feel like anywhere else I go, I'm for sure my phone's going to get lost because it's always in my hand or I set it down.
Or you leave it in the bathroom.
Or I leave it in the bathroom. And at one point I did leave it somewhere and then I turn around and a Japanese person is holding it out to me just to give it back. And I was like, this is amazing. And anyway, there were so many things I loved about Japan.
What cities did you guys go to?
We went to Kyoto first and then we were in Tokyo. We were in the Shibuya neighborhood of Tokyo, which is the
Shibuya.
pretty
sounds fancy. Isn't that what we say for Shibuya? Oh wait, that's a Shibuya roll call, right?
I think it's sort of like the hip part of Tokyo. I think it's right by Harajuku.
Okay.
And there's
so it'd be like the East Village.
Yeah, really cool shopping. Like
a step above Soho.
The hotel we were in called itself a New York style hotel, and I'm not sure if that's just because the room was like a closet.
Okay.
But it seemed like a really kind of hip part of town.
Amazing.
And one thing I really actually loved though, is that they give you loungewear at your hotel.
Okay.
At the different hotels we stayed at, there's loungewear to wear while you're there. Just on your bed.
Do you pick your size?
Well, I think fits all. I think they were trying. So I was supposed to go with my husband. We know this, and my friend Brian ended up coming with me. So I think they assumed that it's a couple staying in the room. So they gave one size that was a little larger and one. So in one of them though, we had a medium and a large, and I held up the large, and I swear Jane would fit it. It was very small.
Yeah. It was when I left all my clothes in home when I went to Mexico and I had to go shopping in Mexico. And the large in Mexico Walmart was very different than the large.
I mean, it's
in America.
And my husband has been doing business with Uniqlo and also Goodwin, and actually Goodwin puts out Japanese sizes and US sizes on their tag. So it'll say large Japan size, medium US size. So everything is a size smaller.
There.
But it was fun. It was I don't know, there's just these little little toy vending machines everywhere you go, which is really fun. And I don't know, it just seemed like somewhere you could spend a really long time with. And we only saw one really small part of Tokyo. I would have loved to go to a different neighborhood and explore that a little bit, see more of kind of the old architecture and stuff, which would have been cool. But
when I went to Japan, I went to Okinawa, And I don't know, did you hit up 100 yen store?
Yeah. So we went to one called 3 Coins, and no joke, it was like the things I brought home here would have been like $20 a piece, and it was $1.25.
Yeah. So we went to the 100 yen store, and my mom spent like $170. So it is the dollar store. So she got 170 pieces.
Yeah.
And as she's packing, she's just staring at all the stuff around her.
It was so hard because it was like, I'm like, even as I was checking out, I was like grabbing things off the walls and just being like, here. And that like leads to another funny thing where they like very meticulously pack your things.
Yes.
Like if it's small, it's in a separate bag taped. Like each section is like, it's almost like packing cubes inside your shopping bag.
Smart.
Which is genius because nothing gets broken. I brought all this stuff back and it all was like fine because it was all packed correctly.
You got it all in your suitcase.
I did.
Did you have to pay extra?
No. But,
Wow.
I'm got some
status.
Yeah.
Some Delta status.
70 pounds on my bag.
Okay. Oh, geez, you're rich.
Oh, yeah.
My mom, it was to date one of my funniest memories with her because she just girl bossed too close to the sun in Japan.
Yeah. I mean, it was hard to say no, I think, to anything. And
everything's so cute.
That's the problem, is that everything's so cute and they love miniature stuff. And like, I guess Japanese stationery is also huge. And I love pens and notebooks and paper for no reason because I don't actually ever use them. I just like to purchase them and buy. Like, I don't write things.
Have you seen that meme where it's like, this is a notebook that's going to change my life?
Yeah, I have 400 of those.
Okay.
Just
pick one.
Yeah.
You need a new one actually to change your life.
Yeah.
If you're going to do something, you need to go get a new notebook.
Yeah, of course. You can't write new goals in an old notebook. Gross. No.
Or with an old pen.
Sure. It's got to be fresh. Come on.
You're not going to hit your goals.
There are many things that I can deal with used. Notebooks and pens aren't one of them.
And if they've sat around for longer than 6 months, they're quote unquote used.
I mean, I would shorten that to like maybe 30 days, but yeah.
It's like an apple. I'm actually sweating right now.
Date, yeah.
They haven't. So you can't argue with logic, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I've thought this through, but I don't know. The other thing I noticed that was really big is just like an overabundance of employees everywhere. Like they had someone to help you with everything, and they had twice as many like at like a Starbucks, they had twice as many employees as they do at ours, and there was one to like the job. I don't know. It just felt like honestly everything runs better in Japan. Like I think they just have it figured out.
Yeah. I love it.
I just think they've figured out life, and maybe I need to figure out mine a little bit.
You know what you need?
What?
A new notebook.
I really do. I actually didn't get one. I bought one for my nephew for his birthday.
Oh, you're because
he loves coloring and markers and writing stuff. He just learned how to write his name, and he's in kindergarten. And my sister went down and he had colored on the walls, and he was like, "It wasn't me." And she was like, "That's your name." He had written Carter on the wall.
I wouldn't have done that, Mom.
He was like, "No, it was." Oh, I think he said it was Cooper. She's like, "Cooper doesn't know how to spell your name."
I love it.
Anyway, got him a notebook. Maybe I should go back and get my own. I don't know.
Yeah.
Muji is one of my favorite stores. It's here in the U.S. There's a few of them. You can buy stuff online, but it was really fun to see a huge Muji. I think I didn't go to it when I was there. I think Kayleen and Jordan were going to go after I left, but there's a Muji hotel and a 15-floor Muji or something.
Oh, wow.
And I would have loved every minute of those notebooks.
Yeah, you got to go back.
Yeah.
I'm a big writer. I like goals. I like all this stuff. Years ago, I just started writing because I used to keep a separate notebook for my goals, a separate notebook for work, a separate notebook for my spiritual stuff. I just started putting it all in the same notebook.
Yeah.
And it's changed my life.
I feel like I don't write stuff down as much as I should, but I think that's smart because it feels like then everything would feel sort of like all encompassing.
Yeah, it's like how I live my life. Like, everything.
Your life isn't compartments.
No, it overlaps.
Even though sometimes we want to keep it that way.
Yeah.
But it overlaps, and so then this kind of keeps everything
So
together.
I take the same notebook that I take to a board meeting, I take to church.
Nice.
Yeah. And it just gets trashed by the end, and then it lasts me like 3 months. But so people try to buy me new notebooks, but now that I have my system down, I'm like, no, thank you.
I'm good.
Yeah. Okay. Let's jump into some stories.
What you got?
Pamela Anderson's ex-husband leaves her $10 million in his will.
Okay.
They were only married for 10 days.
I read this while I was in Japan, and Davis and I tried to watch
Pam and Tommy
before I left. And this is actually the second time I've tried to watch Pam and Tommy. And I think I just hate him so much. Tommy.
Mm-hmm.
And I like can't get through it. But so they were kind of fresh on my mind, and then this happened. And I mean, good for her. Good for her. Good for that 10 million.
Oh, 12-day marriage. Sorry.
Yeah, 12 days in 2020 or something, right? It was like around.
Yes. And he says, what did he say? I will always love Pamela, always in my heart. As a matter of fact, I left her 10 million in my will, and she doesn't even know that. Nobody knows that. He's telling this to a reporter.
Yeah. So now she does. And now we all know.
I probably shouldn't be saying it. So that's for her, whether she needs it or not. You know what? Show us the will then.
Yeah. Show
us the will.
Also, is this an attempt to get her back?
I don't know. He was 77. She was 55. 2020, right before COVID. Yeah. I think COVID probably split them up. I think she was probably like, I'm happy to marry you, but I can't spend all day with you.
Well, we've all felt that way at some point.
My friend is a divorce attorney, and he said COVID was his busiest time.
I could see that.
Yeah. Like you like someone, but not pandemic like them.
Yeah. Well, I kind of thought pandemic was fun for a little, like, you know, when it was like the first few weeks and like everyone thought things were going to open.
We're going to crush the curve.
Yeah. And then it was, crush the curve. And then it was like, okay, May 1st was kind of like, at least here in Utah, it was kind of like, we can get to May 1st, we'll reassess then sort of. And I remember thinking, okay, like even while that was happening, like thinking like, this feels good. This feels like, when are we going to get this opportunity again?
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're never all home together. I had a new baby. But that quickly deteriorated. Like, I feel like I hit May 1st and then I was like, we're done. I'm done here.
We've had the opportunity that we are never going to have again.
Yeah.
I need to buy some new notebooks. You need to get out of here. So Pam, good job. 12 days for 10 million. What is that per day? About 800K.
Yeah.
Not bad.
I mean, it's a good day's work.
Yeah. Yeah. She's going to be just fine. But again, show us the will then.
I kind of am interested in
John Peters.
Her now. Like, she was such like this figure in the 90s. And I feel like she's really been kind of under the radar for like probably the last 20 years. Don't you think?
I wonder how she's doing.
Yeah.
I feel like she was ahead of her time. And in that, I mean, like, she had a sex tape that went viral. No one had done it before. It's kind of how the internet was born a little bit, is what people say. And she was a sex symbol kind of before it was like, okay. Like, I think if we had Pam now, she would be, it would be a different story. And I think she really became the butt of everyone's jokes. Like, there was just no one was doing what she was doing. Yeah.
And of the part I watched of Pam and Tommy, I did find that sort of interesting because at least it was portrayed on the show that like he was kind of like, it's no big deal. And she's like, yeah, it's no big deal to you.
Yeah, this is my career.
Well, and also like people are going to crucify me.
Yeah. You know? I mean, the girl, when there is any sexual indiscretion at all, it doesn't even have to be cheating. The girl takes the fall for it.
Totally.
The man never does.
Yeah, I mean...
And I think we as a society actually need to do better on that.
Yeah, I think so, because especially in that situation, it's two... I mean, they were married at the time, two consenting adults.
Mm-hmm.
It's a huge violation of privacy.
Mm-hmm.
A really disgusting one, I think. And so then to, like, sort of deify one and be like, you're a sex god, and then the other one, you're a slut, like, that's...
Yeah.
pretty messed up.
Way messed up.
Yeah.
And then I think she just kind of leaned into it. What choice,
Yeah. What else is there?
And now you look at lots of people who their career started that way. Not just Kim Kardashian. And, I think we as a society are doing better at letting people get out of the box that they came from.
Yeah.
But back then we couldn't.
Yeah.
I think Dolly Parton was really good in the way that she navigated that. She owned the joke prior to people making about her. But I think if you didn't have that wherewithal and your mental health was slipping, I can't even imagine.
Yeah. And it's also a different time now, I think, too, where you can't get away from it if you want. Like, if people are obsessed with you, like, they'll find a way to just kind of like make your life awful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you can't get away from it.
So,
well, good on her. She earned that money.
I looked her up. Have you looked up a recent picture of her?
She looks great.
She still has like the really pencil thin eyebrows, which I saw them and was like, oh my gosh, this is like flashbacks.
Yeah.
But
she it reminds me of the ladies who like had a haircut that looked good on them and then never changed it. She's totally like, you guys, these eyebrows work for me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to keep them.
But
okay.
She looks great.
She looks great. We're happy for her.
Yeah.
He needs to show us the will though. Okay. Did you see Anne Hathaway at Paris Fashion Week?
Okay. I didn't until, because I was just off doing stuff until you sent me some things about it. But Anne Hathaway is sort of like a contested figure in my house.
Okay.
Davis loves her, like obsessed.
Okay.
Devil Wears Prada, favorite movie.
That's Davis's favorite movie.
Yeah, I would say it's top 5. Like he would probably say favorite movie and maybe not mean it 100%, but yeah.
Yeah.
He just has always loved her. And so it's kind of become like a joke. Like for his 40th birthday this last October, his colleagues and employees got him a custom skate deck with Anne Hathaway's face on it.
Oh gosh, they love him.
Yeah. Anyways, I think she's okay. I don't hate her. I feel like she's pretty polarizing usually. You either love her or hate her. I just think she's okay, but I kind of always tease him about loving her. But I sort of loved her at Paris Fashion Week.
Girlfriend brought it.
Yeah, she did.
She looked incredible in that cheetah number. She was just fantastic.
Yeah. Also, I think she's just kind of like, I think the more I see her, the more I just realize that she's really just herself, and I can really respect that about her.
Yeah.
Like, she's never felt the need to like, she's a dork. I think seems like she is kind of, she's funny, but like not in a comedic way usually. But I just feel like she is just wholly herself, and I'm sure that she's gotten stuff, and I like the Oscars thing. She was like kind of awkward, I think.
Yeah.
Back then, but it seems like she just kind of is like, that's okay. Like, I'm okay to be me.
Yeah. I wonder how the people of Genovia feel about her at Paris Fashion Week.
Well, I think they're making a new one.
A new Princess Diaries.
I think I heard that.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
That's what Hattie told me.
Yeah. Which I don't think I watched.
Where she's the queen. I imagine they have to kill Julie Andrews off at this point.
She's got to be. It's got to be.
Or maybe it's her deathbed where she becomes a queen.
Maybe. Because it's been probably 25 years or something, right?
Yeah, the first Princess Diaries, unmatched. So good.
I loved it. And that was when I first kind of started reading as like a tween, and I had read the book and loved it. And then the movie came out, and I thought, I loved it.
Yeah, it was so good.
I don't think I saw the second one.
It's not worth it.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. Who's the bratty friend in the first one?
Oh, what is her name?
Let me look real quick.
Moskowitz. Something Moskowitz.
Yes, Lily. She's the worst.
She's the worst. I rewatched it with Jane recently, and I was like, wow, Jane, this is a bad friend.
I
was like, here is a case of a friend who is kind of the worst person, and she just puts up with her and lets her kind of take advantage until she's had enough, and is like, no.
Yeah. I don't love that character. I wish that Lily was like a good friend.
Yeah, I don't know why we have to have a bad friend. I don't know. I
guess it's kind of realistic though. Like if your friend all of a sudden becomes a princess,
Yeah.
It could be realistic.
I mean, okay. The other way you could go, which I hope would be the way I would go, is just that I would be like, man, as this best friend, my life just got so much better. You know?
Yeah. I mean,
like, I don't want to be in the spotlight. You go ahead, you do the queen thing, and then I will just like go with you to every single thing that you're ever invited to.
Yeah.
And as if we're like a married couple, and you'll never find true love because I will be there.
It'll be so far up your butt.
Yeah. You'll never have a chance.
Good job, Anne Hathaway, bringing it for the 40-year-olds. She just looks amazing.
She looked beautiful.
All the gays online are talking about her.
Also, that dress was really amazing, and I would have never thought
With
to pair
the
it with the
boots?
tights and everything.
Yeah, she looked
good.
incredible. Okay, Blake Lively and Justin Balding to star in Starts With Us.
Baldoni.
Ugh, Baldoni. Thank you. I don't even know who he is.
I only know who he is because he's in something else, but I can't remember what it is. And I'm going to look it up now because I know I've seen him.
Do we love her for that? I guess so, because it's more of like, it's a drama more than a romance.
Yeah.
Like it's a romantic drama.
Yeah, I like her for that. I think I like Blake Lively in general.
Can we talk about how much I hate Coho?
Yeah, okay.
I don't hate Coho. Listen, Colleen Hoover, if you're listening, I'd love to chat.
Oh, he's on Jane the Virgin. Did you watch that show?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
But I don't love her writing. I don't like having my heart broken. I like a happily ever after when I read.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking for escape from my life. And I have a lot of trauma, I have a lot of drama, I have a lot going on.
Right. We're not looking for a realistic situation.
No. So I need an HEA every time. And also, if you're looking for smut, Colleen Hoover is not, I guess in that respect, she's a great
Yeah, she's a gateway.
She's gateway.
Yeah.
But she's not even good at that. And I don't necessarily think she's a good writer.
I haven't read enough of hers to know.
My face is like, don't come after me, guys.
Yeah. There's a huge following, so I'm sure someone maybe will. But I feel like I've only read It Starts With Us, or It Ends With Us. Is that the first one?
It Ends With Us.
It Ends With Us, and then It Starts With Us. So I don't know anything other than
so they're doing it backwards. They're doing It Starts With Us first, and then maybe they'll do It Ends With Us.
I don't know. Did I just say it wrong? Is it?
No, I think you probably are right. There's this boy on TikTok, Jack Barstool. Have you seen him?
No.
He just talks. He does a lot of pop culture. He works for Barstool. He has like 500,000 followers. And I don't know if you saw my Instagram story, but I reposted his where he's like, hey guys, if you want to have some Riz this weekend, it's like only for this weekend. It'll only work. Go to E! News's Instagram. Scroll down to the Blake Lively post, repost it to your stories, and write, can't wait. He goes, trust me on this, your DMs will be flooded.
That is so funny.
And so
I didn't see that.
I reposted
so
it.
Funny.
And then my friend Ryan, who lives in San Diego, he's single, he reposted it. And then he texted me or messaged me 3 minutes later. He's like, I already have 5 DMs.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
That is so funny.
Or girls are just like, hey, oh my gosh, I didn't know you liked it.
Didn't know you were a fan.
I know.
That is so funny, but so smart.
And you know what that is, though? That's pick me girl energy for boys.
Yeah, it is.
Which I am here for all day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's go. It's about time. Okay. I want to talk about one more thing before we talk about ChatGPT. I didn't put it on her. Usually I send Kim a list of hey, let's talk about these things. Did you see Marie Kondo?
Yes.
Interview?
Oh my gosh. I almost sent it to you. I didn't see the interview, but I've just seen the meme
tell the clips.
I just saw it's going around that is saying basically after having 3 kids, Marie Kondo has given up on being neat and tidy. And honestly, I think every person maybe, but also just every mother was like, thank you for this win.
Mm-hmm.
You know, thank you for validating every feeling I've ever had. Especially because I watched her show after having, I think I had 2 kids, and I just remember being like, I want this so bad, but this is so unrealistic, and I can never do it.
I see the benefits of it.
Yeah,
but
I did start folding my clothes the way she does, and I like how they fit. Everything fits better that way.
She's got stuff going on, but it's so unrealistic with kids. I actually been thinking about this a lot because, there's part of me that just wants my house to look like a boutique hotel literally every day.
Yeah.
And I pay for that.
Yeah.
But then I'm starting, you know, when you just had Marcus, but like our first steps, there's all these first things.
Yeah.
I'm getting to the end of that where I'm starting to look at stuff and it's like, is this the last time Hattie and I will ever fill in the blank? And actually like bugging her about like picking up her stuff. I don't want it to be the last. I've just kind of stopped doing that because I don't want it to be like like I don't want it to be the thing that she remembers from home is like, oh, my mom was always on me to clean my room.
Totally.
And I just am like kind of in this phase where I like the mess because it means she's still at my house.
Yeah, I mean, she's around.
Yeah.
You posted that picture of your like kitchen living area the other day.
Oh yeah.
And
I said that on my Insta.
Yeah, just that if it's being lived in, you know, like we all like a clean house. At least I do. My mind definitely is like more at peace when the things around of me are like put away and it's not like on my mind that that's what something I need to do before X, Y, and Z, you know, or whatever. But sometimes it's nice to just be like, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I do. It's a thing that I always like I hold both those truths. Like my mind is quieter when the house is clean, but it's also like my kids are here now. And so I'm just like trying to figure that out.
I do think that's something that you are really good at. And we've talked about it before, but just basically being like, what's more important, my rules or my relationship or my blank and my relationship, you know, like fill in whatever you want to. But I think that's something that I feel like you've always like made me sort of be aware of is like, does this really matter right now? Or like,
yeah, because I will pick my relationship every time.
And I think that's really smart and it's really strong. And I think the relationship you and your kids have shows, you know.
Oh, it's my favorite thing. Literally, before we came, I had 4 teenagers in my bedroom on my bed telling me about their days, Hattie and all her friends. And I'm just like, I love this. But you guys are in my space right now.
I know.
Like,
I want all the news, but also go away, but don't.
So
just stay.
Yes, I know. Yeah. Come on, let's go. Okay, thanks, Marie Kondo. If you're a mom and you're doing the best you can, we see you. We're proud of you.
You're doing great.
You're doing a great job. Okay. ChatGPT parents company OpenAI is valued at $29 billion, zero revenue.
Oh, this is insane.
Microsoft has just committed $10 billion into the company. OpenAI was valued at $14 billion pre-launch of ChatGPT.
Yeah, and ChatGPT just launched recently, right?
November 30th.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the wild thing.
So 2 months or less.
Literally 2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're not going to count November, December, January. It has over 1 billion users.
It's insane.
It's going to, not right now. It'll cross 1 billion users by the end of Q1.
Yeah.
Do you know the difference between 1 million and 1 billion? Has anyone ever done?
No.
Okay. Where is that? Okay. If you saved $5,000 a day, it would take you, what was it? I'm not going to do that one. I'm going to do this one. 1 million seconds, 11 days.
Okay.
1 billion seconds, 31 years.
31 years?
Years.
Oh my gosh.
It like a 1% of a billion, like, so it goes from having 1 million, right?
Yeah.
So like in Utah, there's 3.5 million is our population.
Okay.
So like 1/3 of Utah is using ChatGPT within 7 days to 1/7 of the whole population of the world using it
by the end of Q1
within 4 months. Yeah.
That's insane.
It's insane. It's like we are on the edge of like this really cool AI revolution.
Yeah.
And in the business world, people are freaking out about it.
Yeah. Have you used it?
ChatGPT literally wrote like 5 emails for me last week.
That's nice.
I
keep hearing about it. I haven't had a need to or used it, but I had a friend that like said he basically like put his last year's Christmas card in and then was like, just create me a new Christmas card with this. Like, this is how I want it to sound. That was his sample. And then these are the bullet points. And I just like populated it. And I'm like, I
use it for so much.
I need to just like get on there and kind of like play around.
Christian builds drones. Yeah. So people, whenever I say that, people think out of the box drones, but literally no. He gets frames, he gets propellers, he like builds a motor, he solders at our kitchen counter. Like he does all this stuff. And so like in December, I put in like how I was showing it to Chris. So I just wrote in, how do you build a drone step by step? FPV drone, which is what Christian does.
Yeah.
It literally wrote out all the steps. And Chris is like, it would have taken me an hour just to write that first step.
Oh my god.
And it did it within 15 seconds. And so it's like so exciting to be at the edge of like this revolution. The last revolution we had was like, I think people call it the computer revolution.
Yeah.
And it kind of ended, well, there's a lot of people saying, but I think it ended when internet became like,
which technically
available
internet
for
could be
everyone.
its own revolution probably, or it could just be like, yeah.
like the .com, and then internet became available for everyone.
Sure.
So you can have it in your home.
Yeah.
Chat GPT is like the fact that it's free right now. And I think they're going to have to start charging this year, but I would happily pay $40 a month for it.
Totally. I mean, they have to at some point get revenue.
That's
right?
what the CEO said. He's like, yeah, this has to become profitable.
Right. This is like, it's not just like a fun game that they're doing, or whatever.
Here's the other crazy part about it being a seventh of the world population that's going to be on it. China and Russia are both not on.
Yeah. So it's
China.
There are some countries that aren't allowed to have it, right?
7: China, Russia, Ukraine, Afghanistan, Iran, Belarus, and Venezuela.
Okay. So
I imagine partly is for like human rights purposes. Yeah. Huge. So you take those out of the equation, it's way more than a seventh of the world population.
Yeah, it's way more than 1 in 7. It's probably 1 in 4.
Yeah. Wild.
Yeah.
And they're saying there's some places in India where it's like people are like, oh, I can't access it.
Oh my gosh.
So even like it could be even higher. It's wild. I am so excited to just see how many smart people take this and like where it goes from here.
Because there's so many possibilities. I have zero ideas of what I could do with it, but someone is going to be like,
yeah, I have zero.
This is what I need to do.
Zero ideas. My friends who are teachers are freaking out over it.
Yeah. What about, you know how like when we had to like submit papers to like plagiarism stuff, like this wouldn't be plagiarism.
There's absolutely no way to figure it out. I just think, Hattie and I were talking about it. I think it's just going to become a place where you like have to show your work. Like your essays have to be written in class.
So math now where you show every step, this is what you're going to be doing.
I mean, kids already have this for math. There's you take a picture, I don't remember what it is, but you take a picture of your homework and then it shows you the steps. Like it does it all.
Oh my gosh.
I know kids have been using.
Where was this in 2004?
I know. So kids have already been using. Do you know what that's called, Abby? Photo math.
Oh my gosh.
Kids have been using that for a while. And so this is now coming in.
I'm about to do photo math on my fifth graders math homework.
Yeah,
Thank
parents,
you
photo
for
math.
this.
Yes. Exactly. But it's just so exciting. Like, I saw a TikTok the other day and it was a guy who buys advertising and he's like, listen, creative is the only thing that matters in advertising. Because everything else has been automated and there's these algorithms that are learning and things are happening. And so I hear like every time I've talked to someone about it, they're like, I'm so scared. I'm nervous, blah, blah, blah. I would tell all parents out there, like, don't be scared. Don't be nervous. Pay attention to it so you can stay on top of it. But like it can make your life so much better. It's kind of like when cars were invented, people are like, what about horses? We're like, we're going to be fine.
We'll be okay.
Like, look at how wonderful our lives are because of that, like.
Yeah. All of these would have been like really interesting to be on the cusp of like, computers getting invented, cars getting invented.
Yeah.
Light bulbs, electricity, like all of that would have been so interesting because it's like, it really is the end of the world as you know it.
Yeah.
And like, where's the world going to go?
Well, what was the first iPhone in 2005?
I think it was later. It was after Davis and I were married. So like maybe 2008.
Yeah. And to think that like we didn't used to have like phone, like
we basically all have computers at our fingertips
at all times. And that was only like
15 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
So maybe a little bit more.
Yeah. And so it just the ease of your life right now because of technology, it can get so much better because learning AI is just like amazing.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. It is just going to be fun to watch and see what happens.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
And I'm so interested at how they're going to charge for it and what's going to happen. I bet it'll be free for schools. I don't know. But then I bet teachers want to block it.
Yeah.
Right? What are you going to do if you're a teacher? Tell me. I'm so interested.
Yeah, that'll be so interesting. Like what are the thoughts that are going through teachers' mind of like how to combat that?
Yeah.
You know?
I also wonder what Microsoft is doing.
Yeah. I mean, that's a big investment. And it said that, I think it said in the article too, that they had done $1 billion earlier of the parent company.
Of OpenAI.
Yeah. And that was just kind of like a minority stake. And then decided to go in like $10 billion, which is like huge.
Billion, you guys.
Yeah.
It's so much money.
Oh my gosh.
It's so much money.
It's crazy.
I want to find that 5,000. Chris told me that. It's like if you save 5,000 a day, it'll take you like, I don't know.
So much to get to $1 million, but then like
a month or two.
Oh, crazy. And then to get to
someone is yelling at us right now like they always do. Oh, I got to find it. Okay. Anyway, so exciting. All right. What else do you have, Kim? Anything else?
What are you watching, reading?
What am I watching?
Excited about watching or reading.
Okay, so I watched Letterkenny. Have you watched Letterkenny?
No, but I heard about it. Wait, who did I hear about it from? I don't know. Tell me.
It's this Canadian show about this small town. There's hockey players in it. It is hilarious.
Okay, I'm putting it down right now.
And then there's a new one called what's it? Letterkenny's Shoresy. It's on Hulu. And it's not Letterkenny like prequel, but the guy who created Letterkenny did this.
Did that one too.
We like binged like 5 or 6 episodes the other night. So funny.
Short episodes, long episodes, what?
Yeah, they're like 20 minutes.
Okay.
It's funny. It's hilarious. It's just like a good cast.
Yeah. But people you don't know, Canadian actors?
Yeah, I've never seen them.
Yeah. I kind of love that.
Yeah.
There was a Canadian show, I think it might just be on Netflix, but Kim's Convenience. Have you ever watched that? It's about this Korean family that owns a convenience store.
That sounds fun.
It's, oh my gosh, it's so funny. But it was like fun not knowing anyone and just like seeing, I guess one of the guys is actually the dad who owns the convenience store. Someone told me is in The Mandalorian or something. So they knew him, but it was like no one I ever knew, which I think is fun.
What are you watching?
I haven't watched much. I started, Davis and I watched, there's a new movie that came out on Amazon Prime, I think, with Jennifer Lopez called Shotgun Wedding.
Oh, someone posted about it.
Have you seen it?
No, but I've heard it's good.
We watched it last night and I was fully prepared to be like, this is so dumb. And it was dumb, but it was funny and we laughed and it was a good time. It was like just like an easy.
Okay. I'm going to add it to my list.
Jennifer Coolidge though is in it and is so good.
That's
why I put it on the list because I was
like,
she was so funny in it. She plays the groom's mother.
Yeah.
But which is funny because I think Jennifer Lopez and her are probably not that far apart in age, but she's marrying his son.
Yeah, because Jennifer Lopez is 50.
Yeah, and I think Jennifer Coolidge is about 60, right?
Oh my gosh, it's
like
so
that.
funny.
But I'm trying to think what else. Oh, this is another thing. My cousin who listens to the podcast asked me if I had watched Bad Sisters. Have you heard of this?
No.
She said if we like Dairy Girls, we'll like it. She said there's 2 different shows, both by kind of like the same writer, Bad Sisters and Catastrophe. She liked Catastrophe a little bit better, but
is it British or?
I think she said it's British.
I love it already. Okay, I found a really good podcast that's
you
British.
Did?
Yes. I found it off of TikTok. You know how you can see it's called Just Another Group Chat. And it's these 3 women, I think they're in like their 30s.
Yeah.
Sitting around talking about like this one is like sex drama and Love Island scandals. Adam Collard. Remember Adam?
Yeah, I love Adam.
Yes. And they have like, they just sit around and talk about just funny stuff. And it is hilarious. It takes you a minute to get into their accent. I usually listen to podcasts at like 1.5 or 1.4, like 1.25.
Yeah,
I had to
fast. You
like
just
slow it down
Yeah.
so I could understand it. But it's really, really good. I sent it to my sisters.
That's funny. I could really get behind just like a really specific conversation, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's like what women need to know, and they have all their guy friends send in like things that they think girls need to know. And then their commentary on it is just hilarious.
Okay, I'm gonna have to
Chris
listen
was
to that.
listening to it last night laughing. I started Throne of Glass series.
Oh, how is it?
So far so good.
Are you listening or reading?
I'm
or
reading.
how? Okay.
I'm only reading it at night. I'm reading like a couple of chapters a night. So far I like it.
Okay, I need to start. I'm finishing another book and then I'll start.
Okay. What are you reading right now?
That is a great question. What is it called?
Who knows?
Oh, I do know. It's called Blindside.
Okay.
Football romance.
Okay.
It's okay so far.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. There was something else I wanted to tell you and I can't remember.
So we're currently recording this on Sunday night. So tomorrow morning we will know who won the Chiefs and the Bengals game.
Yeah.
Right now they are tied 13-13.
I got a bunch of sad Niners at my house.
Yeah, the Niners lost, which is so sad. So I texted Lily from the Sportsish.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, who are the hot players on the Eagles that we should care about? And she said, Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
So hot.
He's hot.
Jordan Malita. He sang with Jason Kelsey.
Is he one of the ones that did like the album?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So super cute. And I'm really into Jason Kelsey.
I like the Kelseys.
The Kelseys are cute. Which one do you think is cuter? Is it Travis?
Travis, I think.
I think Jason's cuter. And I showed it to Chris and he's like, he looks like a caveman. I'm like, I guess I have a type.
I'm into the caveman look. I feel like I've watched a lot of like Viking shows lately.
Yeah.
And that's sort of the same look, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Jason Kelsey. Plus he shared the cutest video on Instagram of his daughter singing the Eagles fight song.
Oh, cute.
Like she's just laying in bed singing about the Eagles in the morning.
Adorable.
I
How
know.
old is she?
I don't know. She's in like a toddler bed.
Okay. So yeah.
Like 2 or 3. She's
Yeah.
like EAGLES.
That is
so cute. So we're excited for the Eagles to go. Whether the Chiefs or the Bengals go, you have two great looking
choices.
teams.
Yeah. I think I don't know. Yeah, those are a toss up. I think Joe Burrow, I'm pulling for him, but then I'm also other players on.
Yeah, Travis Kelsey.
Yeah.
When I left, he had just scored a touchdown. Good job, Trav.
Yeah.
I am so sad about Nick Bosa being out.
It's really sad.
But you know, next year, Nick, maybe you can make it. You're not going to be in our top 10.
Oh my gosh, that's what it was. While I was watching the game earlier.
Yeah.
There was an advertisement for a new reality show. Did you by chance see anything out of the ordinary?
No.
How about a show called Farmer Wants a Wife?
Stop it. Farmer Wants
a Wife. You need to look up the promo. I'll send it later, but it's 4 farmers.
Why does that sound so caveman-y and gross?
It kind of looked that way, but then also I was like, I will definitely be watching this show.
Okay, because cowboys are having a moment right now.
They really are.
From Yellowstone.
And Farmer's not far off.
Farmer Wants a Wife. Was this maybe... Oh, it says it was a reality show. Was this in Europe already?
Maybe they're just bringing it here.
Oh, city meets country in this fun-filled Australian search for love.
Oh my gosh.
Australian. There's 12 seasons.
Oh.
I love Australian reality.
I do too.
Because they can do so much more.
They can do so much more
Plus,
on TV.
Kim and I have had this talk a lot. I love Love Island UK, hate Love Island US.
Yeah. Because
there's something about the accent, or I don't know. I think Love Island USA, I'm always like, oh, there's going to be a Utah girl and she's going to embarrass us all or something. There's something about not being connected to the people.
Yeah, I also feel like, and maybe if this is just because like Bachelor is like a huge thing here, but I sort of get sick of people being like, I'm here for the journey. I'm here to fall in love. I'm like, that's not what I'm watching this show for.
No.
None of you are going to be together 2 weeks after.
Yeah.
Maybe one of you, and you'll break up 6 months later.
Yeah.
But like I'm not here for your true love.
No, and also neither are you. You're looking for some Instagram.
Right. You're looking for
clout.
a following.
Yeah, we're trying to get some clout.
So
I want someone just admit it.
Well,
I'm here
that's
for
what
the
I'm
clout.
saying. That's what I feel like at least on these other shows, at least they don't tout that it's like, I'm here for the right reasons. It's like, no, none of you are.
You guys are here for the clout.
Yeah, and that's great. Yeah. And I'm okay with that, but or whatever.
Yeah, I remember when I filmed Shark Tank, the producer was like, really, like, you can't just come on for marketing.
Yeah.
You have to want to take a deal. And so I do wonder if there's something going on with the producers, like, we're here for love.
Yeah, like they want you to believe it too.
Yeah, but it's just another way for them to gaslight you.
Totally.
Exactly. Okay, Farmer Wants a Wife. We're really excited about this. We are really, really excited to see who wins, Kansas City or the Bengals. Who do you want to win?
I don't know.
Q3, 5 minutes left, 13.
I guess the Bengals.
Cincinnati has the ball. No, Chiefs have the ball at the Cincinnati.
I don't know.
19.
I really like the Chiefs. I feel like I don't know. I think I would care more if the 49ers had won.
Yeah. Patrick Mahomes is good. He's so young.
He is really young.
And like so impressive. How old do I sound saying that? He's so young and so impressive.
Actually, he's not that young. He's basically my same age.
Yeah, like 25.
Exactly. 12 years ago.
Okay, so this week on the podcast, you know what's wild is we got through January. Our goal was to do 5 episodes a week. We loved it. It was amazing. We have 2 days left. So today, the 30th, this episode, Cherry picks out. Tomorrow, Abby and I are going to sit down and do a month in review.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So tomorrow on my Instagram, or today on my Instagram, I'll put up a little box and ask people like, hey, what was your favorite moment from the podcast? Yeah. And we'll talk about them. And then Wednesday, we have Jeremy Andrus.
From Trigger.
Mm-hmm, which I'm really excited about. And then Thursday, we have what we're calling Mini Mastermind.
Okay.
So this month we're putting out 4 Mini Mastermind episodes once a week. We've had so many questions about what's happening at the Mastermind. What do you do?
Totally.
And so these are basically the concepts that we go over at the Mastermind. We actually tried to film one or record one on Friday. I do so much better with someone to bounce chemistry and ideas off. Abby got me through it. I listened to it. We're re-recording it tomorrow. So that it is actually going to be really good now. And then we are going to start taking Fridays off. We noticed on our stats that most people listen Monday through Thursday, so we're not going to have Friday episodes anymore.
Okay.
But you know what's wild? When did we say we hit 10,000 downloads? Do you remember? I think it was
that was 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, because it was the last one I did, and I was gone last week.
Yeah, we are about ready to hit 19,000 downloads.
Oh my gosh!
So it took us 2 months to hit 10, and now we're gonna hit 20 in like less than that. Yeah,
that's amazing.
Yeah, so we're really, really grateful for everyone that's tuning in and listening and sharing with your friends.
We have so much fun doing this, and we want to continue. If you know.
It's so fun. But we haven't asked this yet. If you guys will go and leave a review, it would really be cool and helpful. Leave a review, subscribe, send it to your mom. And we will see you guys back here next week.